Gathered here at the facility pavilion in the middle of Argentia, the Cub Scouts fulfilled a community participation requirement. In cleaning and scrubbing this monument, the Cub Scouts also touched a bit of Argentia's history. CECN Matthew S. Evans was a CB assigned here in 1975 when he was the victim of a tragic accident. He was electrocuted that July 11th.
Actually, one that's clean and not wet. I'll get you a rag if you can.
Let's get around the other side, Mom.
The Scouts took advantage of a comfortable day for a picnic, with all the trimmings, to remember that sailor. And the food was great.
Part of this today, we'll be giving out the Cub Scouts Award, what they've earned up to this point. And the actual Scout year will start when the school year starts, so basically they can continue to earn their arrow points or whatever else if they haven't finished up their wolf or bear or whatever.
No, he doesn't know anything about it.
Part of the Argentia Cub Scout tradition is to hang a new bobcat upside down and bob him until a Scoutmaster can pin on his badge. Turns out this bobcat will have to do 9 good deeds. Not too many of the Scouts were alive in 1975, but the memorial ceremony introduced them to a sailor who died in the line of duty in Argentia. Michael Fouch report.
Most of Argentia was forced to admit before today that they'd never heard of construction electrician Matthew Evans or his place in the history of this facility. His name was simply etched on a cold metal plate on a rock in front of this pavilion. Hardly anyone paid attention to the memorial. Today, we made up for nearly 14 years with a poignant memorial ceremony.
And maybe he wasn't shot on a battlefield or anything like that, but still he carried out that pledge that each one of us has given as military people to honor his country and to serve it. And as he was serving his country, he gave his life.
Matthew Evans responded to a trouble call at a pole in back of Argentia. Such calls are routine, and rarely would one expect any trouble. This call turned out to be anything but routine. At about 12 noon, July 11, 1975, Matthew Evans was electrocuted, killed in the line of duty. One of his partners on the call was forced to go 3 miles for help.
As we polished the brass and cleaned it up a bit, we'd like to take this memorial service just to not only remember him, but everyone that has died, both in peacetime and in times of war. And a lot of people today, a lot of the Cub Scouts were not even born when he died in 1975. And a lot of us maybe weren't in the Navy and maybe thinking, who is this guy and what significance does he have? But he has a lot of significance because he represents the Seabees, he represents the Navy, and he represents all the men and women of the armed forces that have given their lives.
No one really knows what went through the minds of those Seabees that were at the accident site when it happened. All we can do today is keep the memory of a 22-year-old sailor alive.